So anyways, we just got done watching the Diablo 4 developer live update stream, and they talked about the first season. Tim Ismay, he was new there. He's the game producer. He's basically the season guy. So I guess we'll be seeing a lot of him. It's been 1 month since the Diablo 4 launch. They've been addressing more feedback regarding the game. Plus, we're going to get the 1.04 patch this afternoon. One of the big things about that is Helltide chests will actually now drop uniques also, right? And I believe they also said the Whispers. So if you had the keys from the Obols, you shouldn't have spent it and you should have saved them, right? So I thought this was already a thing, but I guess it wasn't. The 1.04 patch drops this afternoon, and Helltide chests will now actually be able to drop uniques. Whereas before, the events, which were always in the game, and they're also active during Helltide, were able to drop them before. They said they're trying to be reactive as they can, and they're trying to make adjustments. And like season 1 and 2 within Flight, they hear the community, they hear our feedback, and they're trying as best they can to fix stuff. And it's not going to be an instantaneous thing, so just be patient, I guess. Yeah, they just reiterated that they're appreciative of the feedback, and they're trying to adjust things as safely as possible. The launch is just beginning, right? And they just want to support the game for years. That's what they're saying, right? It's not just it's not a release and dump, and they're never going to do anything for the game ever again. The first season will be launching on July 20th. It's going to be called the Season of the Malignant. However, what is important here, though, is the patch actually drops on the 18th. So whatever is within this patch, you'll be able to play it on the Eternal Realm, right? And test the changes. And then season 1 actually starts on July 20th. So whatever time that's at, you basically log in, you make your new character, and you select seasons. So you'll actually be able to test changes on the 18th in the Eternal Realm before the season actually launches on July 20th. You won't be able to play the seasonal mechanic. You will be able to play the balance changes, though. The season mechanic itself, right, it's going to be like a curse that's spreading, and it's going to affect a bunch of different mobs like everywhere you go. Going to turn them into bloodthirsty fiends. It's going to be taking place after the main story, and Cormand, I don't know if it's C or K, he's like an ex-priest of the Cathedral of Light. He'll be like the guy guiding you, and there's going to be like a new seasonal story quest that you could do if you're into that in Kyle Vashad, right? I guess you'll be able to see the Malignant debuff on the mobs. And basically when you kill them, there's going to be a heart that spawns on the ground. You click it, and it basically just respawns elite. And then you kill it again, and there's a cage of binding. And then once that happens, it'll drop a caged heart. And you can socket these items into your jewelry. There's going to be 32 ish malignant powers. The one that they showcase, it's like critical strikes will charge creature 2 seconds and arcs between them. And then you'll also need to get infested jewelry to find basically a specific slot, right? There's going to be 3 socket types, and there's going to be 4 types of the hearts that you find. One of the ones, the vicious heart, will be able to go in any color socket. The 3 other ones, you have to match the colors, right? You have to match the colors and stuff like that. That also means you won't be able to socket the current gems into the gear. So you won't be able to socket your skull into there. You're going to take your skull out, right? And now you're going to be putting the new caged hearts, whatever the affixes are. We don't know what they all are yet. And you'll just be able to put those into your jewelry pieces, right? Your amulet, your rings, etc. So we're gonna be losing that armor, but we don't know how like powerful the effects are, so it might be yeah, they're gonna be like a lot more powerful. There's probably gonna be some crazy builds that people find with this. Also, another thing that's notable, we're saying you can't actually recolor the sockets of rings. I actually think that's a bad thing. I think you not being able to, if you find like a good ring with good affixes and you can't recolor it, that's gonna be, I'm just gonna say it's stupid. It's pretty stupid. They should add the ability to recolor stuff, because you're gonna have to find not only a good color but also good attributes. And I think this is gonna highly encourage trading. You'll also be able to salvage the hearts, and you're gonna be able to craft new items in the game. And there's also gonna be like a new activity. They're gonna be called Malignant Tunnels. They showcase on the live stream, and you're gonna find like more malignant monsters on there. And you'll basically clear through this dungeon. You'll kill the brutal malignant, and you'll have this invoker item, right? And you can use it on a malignant growth, and it's kind of like a way to target farm the hearts that goes into the jewelry slots, right? So you basically go in these tunnels, you kill mobs, use this invoker thing on the mob afterwards, and you target farm hearts that way. They said there's gonna be new bosses, there's gonna be new legendary powers, there's gonna be uniques, and the new uniques will actually show up in the Eternal Realm. So if you don't want to partake in seasons, you can play with the new stuff. They're also going to have the new season journey feature that said there's going to be 7 chapters. It's going to give you like favors stuff, battle passes. Everyone gets the season journey. You don't have to pay for it or anything else like that. There's going to be 7 chapters. They're going to be favor for like battle passes. They're going to be like little first journey cash. They'll give you items and jewelry, and there'll be like new legendary aspects at the rewards, and you're basically just going to do like different things in the game, you know, like clearing dungeons, like doing a cellar, doing a different, just doing different objectives, right? However, the nice thing is they're not forcing you to actually do every chapter individually. You can pick and choose like what you want to complete activity wise to progress to the next chapter. So if you don't like PvP, you don't have to go do PvP to get to chapter 2. If you don't like going into a cellar, you don't have to do the cellar, right? You just pick and choose what you want to be doing over here. Also, another thing, this with the season mechanic, you won't encounter the season mechanic during your initial campaign playthrough. If you haven't finished the campaign, you start on seasonal, you won't actually encounter any of the seasonal stuff until you finish the base campaign. Also, the battle pass, again, there's gonna be the free tier, right? There's gonna be 2 paid tiers. The paid tier only had the additional cosmetic unlocks. The free version had a lot of stuff. They said there's no pay to win. It's just like emotes and armors. It works on every single class besides like class specific weapons and stuff like that. There'll be like mounts and bardings and stuff. And then also the smoldering ashes that you get, you'll be able to apply these to seasonal blessings. These are like little bonuses that'll affect your character, and they look like they can be, each one be leveled up 4 times. There'll be monster kill XP. It's like 3% per level. More gold from vendors. It's 5% per level. There's rare materials that you'll be salvaging, right? You get 10% more per level. Elixir duration, 15% more per level for elixir durations. Then also boosts chance of powerful malignant hearts, 5% per level. They announced something in regards to your renown. They're saying they had to get this working last minute. So you're gonna have to know something, and you're gonna have to do something on July 18th when the patch deploys. So you are gonna have your character, right? When the July 18th patch deploys, you're gonna have to log into this character, because when you do that, it's gonna propagate all of your progress from your renown into your seasonal character. The game doesn't know to save it by default, okay? Another thing also, let's say if you got 19 side quests done on your main guy and you got 5 side quests done on one of your alts, you have to log out of your main guy and basically log into your alt, and then basically all your progress for all your nouns will accumulate. It'll basically total up everything on your character, right? So if you got 3 waypoints on one character, 3 waypoints on a different character that are totally different, if you log into all of them, it just gives you all that renown progress smashed together. But you have to log into every single character that you have before seasons start, so you get this progress. Also, this is another big thing here. There is going to be things that transfer to seasons, right? So some of your renown progress when seasons launch will transfer over to the seasonal progress. So stuff that you're doing right now in the Eternal Realm, when the season starts and you go to make a brand new character, will transfer over. Let's go over this. This is very, very important. So before July 20th, before season 1 starts, what you want to do, boys, you want to discover every single area and every single zone, okay? You also want to get every single altar of Lilith in every single zone. You also want to get your base waypoints too. Basically, your waypoint, your starting waypoint each zone, your altar of Lilith, your area discovered will transfer it over seasons. You have to redo all of your side dungeons, your strongholds, your side quests. So what you're gonna end up having when the season starts, right, is basically the first 2 objectives in each zone. So you're gonna have 5 skill points, and you're gonna have 5 additional potions. So you have 9 potions and 5 skill points. You still have to do the rest of this stuff. When the new season starts, right, what it's gonna look like is this map right here. You're gonna have the main waypoints discovered, right? So this is like a brand new character. Now, you make your seasonal character, you select seasons, right? You're gonna have every single main waypoint discovered, right? If you don't have story mode, there will not be a fog of war though. The entire map will be revealed, but you'll have to go and regather every single one of these waypoints. So like this zone, you only have 1 out of 7. This zone, you have 1 out of 8. This zone, you have 2 out of 6, right? So you have to go get 4 waypoints there. This zone, you'll have 1 out of 6, so you have to get 5 waypoints there. This zone has 1 out of 8, you'll have to get 7 waypoints. Your areas discovered in every single zone will be 100% complete if you find them all before the season starts, and all of your altars of Lilith will be completed also if you do it before the season starts and you log into the character. All the side dungeons, all the stronghold, all the side quests you have to redo, right? So you only start with these first 2 lines. You'll have a total of 9 potions, right? So it'll be like your juiced up character, right? You'll have 9 total potions when the brand new season starts if you complete the objective of 4, and you'll have +5 skill points to allocate. You still have to unlock the other 5 additional skill points and the max obols, and you still have to unlock all the paragon points. They also said, right, the patch is going to be huge. They're going to be doing some reward changes to end game activities also, but we don't really have the details on that, right? They didn't really go into much info about that. So anyways, they did like a Q&A. Honestly, there was some all right questions, but also there are some terrible questions. But we learned some really good information during the Q&A. So anyways, they asked, hey, is there any update regarding respecting a character? They said they're still reviewing a lot of stuff regarding balance gold and economy related things. However, the big thing is there's going to be something called a scroll amnesia. This will allow you to totally reset all of your character stuff, skills, paragon points, everything, no gold costs. And eventually this will be obtainable on the seasonal realm. And they said eventually it'll bring Broughton down to the eternal realm or the permanent area. They asked, hey, will seasonal mechanics be added to the eternal after a season ends? As they said, currently no, the malignants will not show up in the eternal after season ends. However, sometimes if they really like the season, how it performed, how it balanced, if it meshes with the base game, it will be brought over in the base game forever. But the current plan is for this season, they're not planning to make it into the base game. So it's only going to be available, I guess something they're just going to be available temporarily because they really don't know how the balancing of like the hearts and the new insertables are really going to affect the game, and they don't want to just cause like a bunch of bloat. So basically on a season to season basis, they're going to decide whether or not that becomes a permanent feature of the game just to help combat content bloat. And I think they're firing shots at Path of Exile. Which cosmetics will be transferring between characters? Diablo Immortal, not retroactive of Blood Knight. Diablo 4, this is very important. Every single cosmetic that you find in the Eternal Realm will transfer to seasons. You don't have to resalvage stuff. You don't have to rebuy stuff. You don't have to refine stuff. Everything that you find in Diablo 4 cosmetically, everything you pay for will be unlocked forever until the end of eternity, or unless like the server shut off. You know, don't have to like refine your cosmetics. You don't have to like re-break stuff down. If you don't currently have the cosmetic, then yeah, you still have to earn it. They don't just give you free cosmetics, but yeah, you'll unlock the cosmetics forever. Nightmare Dungeons, why can't we just teleport inside? They just said they put it in fast. Right? They kind of just said what they put in fast and they're looking to improve it over time. So that was just the best implementation of what they currently had, right? Will you be nerfing, buffing stuff during seasons? They just said they want to keep it stable. If there's like some outliers that are really overperforming, they will nerf it, but they're not necessarily going to. Stash space in Diablo 4, very popular question. They said they're working on something. They don't have an ETA. They need their big brain engineers to figure it out. And then also, how long will season last? Basically, the duration will always be at least 12 weeks. It could extend longer than that, be from season to season. And people asked if there's going to be a new class for Diablo 4, and Rod said there's no announcement yet. There are notes. Blizzard posted notes themselves. Oh, there's going to be like new monsters. The newest boss battle is going to be here with the new, so in the Malignant Tunnel, right, they're going to be highly replayable dungeons. You're going to find a brand new boss, Varshan the Consumed, if you dare. Yo, that guy looks crazy. How seasonal realms work. So this is a picture of what the seasonal realm is going to look like, right? You just go to your character selection. You literally just select. You want to play on the seasonal realm and not the eternal realm. Your mounts will be available. Once the season ended, the character you made in progress will be transferred to the eternal realm. So you never lose stuff, right? And all the items you collected, including your seasonal stash, will be transferred to. You can take this character in a sanctuary whenever you please. Here's like the seasonal rewards and objectives for the journey, right? Complete any dungeon found on your map, complete a world event, collect the malignant heart, collect the gallow vines, you know, just basic stuff, right? I think that's basically it, right? That'll everything for the broadcast. If you guys missed it, that's the summary.